Hello, I'm Ivan, and I help people that want to learn a language to get discipline on the process. So today I'm just going to be talking about 1 hour a day is not enough when it comes to immersing to actually get fast progress. So how much time should you actually be spending depending on how much progress you want to actually do. So a bit about me before, which is that I am right now studying Japanese. I have like 10 months of studying Japanese, and like 3 months before I started immersing, and I'm actually my first anime was this one, which is Horimiya, right? And in Horimiya, I literally couldn't understand even at 20 to 30%, which is actually not like you're not understanding anything on on the anime if you're having that percentage, right? So I couldn't understand anything, and that was like 3 months ago. And now I'm actually watching Black Clover right now, and I can understand probably more than 70 to 80%. So like that's actually super good progress. I consider myself a very disciplined person. That's why I talk about discipline in my videos. Actually, my videos are about almost like probably discipline, all of them. So like yeah, the first question that you should ask first a question when it comes to spending a lot of time on your immersion, right? So what are my goals? So wanting to learn Japanese in X amount of time, that's probably your goal, right? So for me it's just less than 2 years. So that will be in October of the next year, right? So by October of the next year I should have actually acquired Japanese or have a pretty good level on Japanese, right? So for me, you should actually have a minimum of time that you should spend to actually achieve that thing. So by me spending just 4 hours, 5 hours of studying in Japanese, I can achieve uh, this goal. Now there's sometimes in which I use like do 10 hours a fucking day for like 2 weeks, right? So that's actually when I have a full lot of time. So let's just say that I don't know. Normally I do this, which is 40 minutes to 1 hour of Funky, and then I do the rest in immersion. That's actually what I do. So I do just all of this. So, but there's times in which I do 1 hour of Funky and do I don't know 8 of immersion. So I do actually a lot of time. So yesterday I did like 8 hours of immersion, 8 to 7 hours of immersion, and 1 hour of Funky. So like you should actually, yeah, I mean depending on your goal, it just depends on your goal, but on your goal, because if you want to learn Japanese in 5 years, then maybe spending 2 hours a day it's just enough. The same with like 3 hours, 4 hours. It's just enough if you don't want to learn Japanese quickly. You don't have to do 5 hours since the start. Like maybe 5 hours is going to be your minimum as well, but you don't have to do it at the start. So start learning Japanese with just 2 to 3 hours. At some point, you just forget it's in Japanese. So, for example, let's just say that you are going through the boring phases. So, because in the first months of learning Japanese, you're going to go through a boring phase, which is like learning grammar, learning how the kanjis work, and that's actually very boring because the part in which it's actually fun to learn Japanese is just when you watch anime and when you watch manga or read novels, right? That's actually fun. So you can just start learning Japanese just 2 to 3 hours, go through the boring part, and then you can make up for that time when the fun part comes, and you can actually spend a lot of time on the fun part. So spend just 2 to 3 hours to start, and then just on the good part, which is actually just watching anime. You can just, I don't know, I spend a fucking lot of time and make up for the time. So I spend like, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours on the first part, and then when the fun part comes, like, I don't know, 9 hours a day. So it doesn't matter. So the driving factor for actually learning Japanese in less time. So identifying and being curious about kanji, I think that it is actually the driving factor when it comes to learning the kanji in like so much, like in like little amount of time. So you should actually be writing kanji daily. You should actually, yeah, I mean, you should actually be writing kanji daily, knowing how the kanjis are, like memorizing the kanji now. This is actually very boring if you do it like, let's just say that you are going to program yourself like to do 1 hour of writing kanji like that. That's not going to work, and you're going to probably burn out. So what I actually do to achieve this is just that, for example, I'm watching my Japanese, right? Watching my doing my immersion with Black Clover right now. So what I will do, it is that if there's a word in this sentence that I don't know, and the same with all of the sentences here. So for example, cosa creo que significa eso. I think that that meant the cause. What I will do is that I actually will go and see what the meaning of that word is. So here, koseki, so achievements, right? So I will see what the meaning of the word is. I will put that word on my Anki as well, right? As you can see, I have I have put it. I actually have put that word in my Anki. I actually doubled it without thinking about it. Like I'm just going to bully this one because it's not useful. So as you can see, it's on my Anki, right? So that's all of it. That's all I did to actually not learn that word, but actually know what the meaning of the word is, and just like keep watching my immersion, and that's everything that you need to do to actually learn new words. Now, another thing that you can do to actually write the kanji is use that coupled with watching the meaning, probably putting it onto your Anki. The best thing that you can do, honestly, to learn how to write is just write. So I actually do write them. I'm actually just writing them. So as you can see, I have written a lot of Google kanjis. So I have all of this. So I have all of this in which I write a lot of fucking kanjis. So yeah, I mean, the best thing that you can do to actually write kanjis is just to write kanjis. Like, and I just write them whenever I see a word that I don't know, and I just write the kanjis. So yeah, I mean that's all of it. And well, to finish this video, I want to say how to start learning Japanese. So how you're going to start? You're going to go through this grammar guide, which is Learning Japanese by Taikim. You can just Google literally this, and you will find it. So and go through this book, which I don't know how you're going to get it. So go through this book and go to the grammar guide. So on this book here is going to help you to actually remember the kanji and know how the radicals of the kanjis work, and how to do all those kinds of things with the kanjis. So this book is actually the go-to. I will be spending a probably a lot of my time going through this book in like 30 minutes. Whilst doing this book, I will do this grammar guide for like 30 minutes, and this book for like, I don't know, 2 hours a day. And I will probably finish this book in 4 to 5 months. And by the time I finish this book, I will like finish learning this grammar guide for sure. Because the thing with this book is that if you're only doing remember the kanji, you are not probably going to remember them because you are not using them. So if you're using the kanjis that you're studying here to actually study grammar, you are going to remember them just so much more better because you are going to be using them a lot. So that's actually what I recommend. And after you finish this too, which actually should take like 4 to 5 months, you can actually just start immersing and just, I don't know, spend 9 hours of immersion a fucking day. And that's actually kind of how to start Japanese. So I will probably be making more videos about how much time should you be spending. The probably in the next video is just what should you do when it comes to immersion. So thank you for all of this, and I hope that this video was helpful.